Good morning, I'm Debbie from Debbie's World. It is Sunday 4th of September and it's time to sit down and have another catch up on my weight loss journey. So it is 10 to 12, as I say, on Sunday the 4th of September. I have tried to position the camera so that you can see as much of me as possible in this kind of shot, just because I'm aware that my top half, this is where I appear to have lost all the 2 stone from, and it's not really going from here, look. But thank you for all the compliments, and I'm really pleased with how my journey is going. It might be a little bit slow, not quick enough for some, but I have some good news this week. Something finally shifted. So if you've watched me for the last few weeks, you'll know that I've kind of maintained around the same weight, gaining a very little, losing a very little, not getting any further. But I was privileged enough to be awarded Woman of the Year for my group, which was a great boost in August. Otherwise, things in August didn't move. But on the last day of August, the 30th, was when I went to weigh in, and finally I lost 6 pounds. So I now weigh 14 stone 1, and that is a current weight loss of 2 stone 11. Or, if you've been watching me for a long time, and I don't mention this a lot, but that is an overall weight loss of 12 stone 6.5 pounds. I've had a few little questions or digs on my Facebook page, but yes, that is my overall weight loss, and we're doing well. Yes, I did regain 4 or 5 stone over the period of probably about a year, but now I'm trying to lose that again. Nobody's perfect, and all we can do is try to do our best, which is what I'm doing. So I am really pleased with that. Didn't get Slim of the Week, obviously, because I gained last week. But for me, personally, all I'm concerned about is my journey, trying to lose some weight, and also live a healthy lifestyle and enjoy what I'm doing and what I'm eating, which I think I am doing. I do get disappointed with how slow it is at times, but at other times I think, well, I eat this, I eat that. Nothing that's not in the plan, but obviously there's always things that anybody could improve on, but we have to, if improve is the right word, but we have to just do our best and enjoy what we're doing, what we're eating, and remember, for me anyway, it's something that has to be sustainable for life. So yes, you can perhaps save sins on this here or there, or do this better or do that better, but you have to think, can I do that for life? Because that's what I've learned when I stopped going to group, all the habits stopped. So I'm now trying to focus on things that I believe I can carry on doing for the rest of my life, and I hope that some of that babble is helpful to you at all. But I'm really pleased with that 6 pounds, and I'm just flying high. I think I'm just a little bit, I've come on probably just a little bit negative, because today I've had a couple of funny comments on the Facebook page, and it just leaves you feeling a bit unnerved, if you like. But on the other hand, I've had so much nice support, encouragement, motivation from people who follow me on here, on Facebook, on Instagram. I'm so grateful for the support and encouragement and friendship, and for other people that take the time to video their food and to share their journey on other social media. You know, it might not feel like it used to do, but there is still a Slimming World community out there who will try and help each other and encourage each other as much as possible. And I'm thrilled to see the other YouTubers doing so well in their journeys and in their growing their social media as well. Anyway, let's get on. So £6 loss for me, 14 stone 1. I can almost see that new number. And you know, it's just great. It's much more difficult the second time round. Just to think, well, I've already been here before, and it does feel like a victory in one way, but in another way it feels like, well, you sort of wasted all the effort and time that you put in before. But all I've got to think about is just carrying on, because I want to be a little bit slimmer, I want to be fitter and healthier, and I want to eat better, and I want to avoid binge eating behaviour, so on and so forth. That's my aim. So yeah, if you've got anything out of that talk, then let me know. But let's get on to what I'm going to be doing this week. There was a new magazine out. I think this came out 2 weeks ago, but I just got it this week in group. It is the October 2022 issue 168. The main thing that I got out of this was the 7-day menu plan, which I always take a look at. That is on page 55. And I'm interested in these two lunches. So it's the Leek Mp Frittata. Fry chopped onion and leek in a low-calorie cooking spray until softened. Add defrosted frozen peas and beaten eggs. Cook until set, then pop under the grill until the top is golden. That sounds nice. And the second one is tuna crunch bowl. Boil halved green beans until tender. Drain and mix with drained canned tuna in spring water. Drained and rinsed chopped chickpeas. Finely diced red pepper and chopped vinegar and spring onions. Drizzle over balsamic vinegar to taste. Now I won't be using the green beans because I don't like them, but I'll probably add some sweet corn and peas to that. Sweet corn and peas, chickpeas, red pepper, chopped celery. I don't have spring onions actually, but I do have red onions, which will be nice. So that sounds really nice as well. In fact, I might have that for lunch today. And then the sort of things I've been eating this week are, oh gosh, I made this gorgeous pudding yesterday. So I went to Aldi and I bought one of their protein salted caramel yogurts, which are 2 sins, the Broccoli ones. And I had 25 grams of all-Bran, softened with sugar-free syrup and a bit of water. Topped it with the yogurt and some chopped strawberries and cinnamon, and put it in the fridge for a couple of hours, and then really enjoyed that. So the all-Bran you can have has half your healthy extra B, or 3.5 sins for 25 grams, or you can use, I've used 12.5 grams of all-Bran, and that's also been enough of a taste. And then 2 sins for the yogurt, and it's just a really nice dessert. What else have I had? Took this nice picture when we went out on the canal yesterday. Feeling really good at the moment. I shared the falafels that I buy in Aldi. If you want to see more about that, then pop over to my Facebook page, Debbie on Slimming World, or my Instagram at Debsters_Insta. The couscous that I also buy in Aldi. Oh, I had I'll do Thursday first and then I'll do Friday. So Thursday I had overnight all-Bran, a gammon and cheese egg wrap, and I had some kind of chicken stir fry that I had in the freezer with half a bag of rice and some salad. And then on the Friday I had the leftover rice as like a rice salad. Let me see if I can get this any better without the shadows. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. So the rice salad was a few bits of gammon, some pickled peppers, red onion, and then on the side green leaves, red pepper, and red onion and cucumber. Oh, and tomatoes. That was the other thing in the rice. So yeah, you can use up your leftovers just like that. Cinnamon roll burger, as I said last week, I'm still loving those. All-Bran Golden Crunch pasta pie. That was another thing that was a bit of a surprise because I thought it was a piece of quiche and it turned out to be a piece of pasta pie from the freezer. Now that is really nice. So it's basically just cooked macaroni and then throw in things like chopped pickled peppers, spring onion, whatever veg you have, and then some eggs, and then cook it off. It's really nice. There's a recipe on the channel for that. Chicken sausage. Oh, and then I should have brought these in to show you actually. Aldi have brought out their own take on the pop chips, which are called Lentil Curls, and they've got sea salt and barbecue flavour, and they're both 3.5 cents. And I actually think you get slightly more in this packet than you do in the pop chips packet. But yeah, they're really nice. I tried the so-called Instagram Weetabix Cheesecake. Crumbled some Weetabix, soaked it, and then topped it with yoghurt and fruit. That was nice. Somerset pork casserole, and there is some more leftovers here. It is some leftover chicken paella, some leftover stir fry, and some vegetarian sausages. So all sorts of things that I eat this week. Oh, and then Monday, which was bank holiday in the UK, we went to Filey. We had a really nice day. We did 18,000 steps. It wasn't like really sunny, but it was warm. It was a bit showery, I think, but we managed to dodge most of it. I think we didn't get like soaked, but I had a great day eating wise. Started off with a wheat bran mug cake. While Andrew was having fish and chips, I was having a tuna and egg salad. Then I had a sweet potato with beans and cheese, and ended with some of my favourites, the Tesco breadsticks and a 26-gram crunchy. So I've had a good week eating wise this week. And there was, I'll just show you Sunday. There was Sunday. There was the first half of the, well, about 3/4 of the chicken paella with the stir fry. That's a butternut squash and edamame bean stir fry from Aldi. That's really nice. For breakfast I had the sweet omelette, which I believe I was talking about on last week's video, and then for lunch I had like a take on a tuna melt on a brown bread cake. So that was really nice. That's this week's way of eating. Wow, look, we're nearly 15 minutes in already. So I have brought some things in to show you. It's sort of cheating a little bit, because it's supposed to be 5 things. My 5 favourite breakfast choices, but I have cheated a little bit, and you'll see why very soon. Not in any particular order, but first one is oats. Now you don't need to see a packet for this. You can buy any type of oats. Bear with me a second, I've got some photos prepared as well. So 40 grams of oats you can have for a healthy extra B, and you can use these to make porridge, to make overnight oats, which aren't my favourite thing, but they might be for some, or to make my very favourite baked oats. Now there's several ways of making baked oats and I've done videos on this, but they are definitely a staple in this house. Then I'm going to start with the cheating. We've got some wheat based cereals. So the first thing I've got is the Aldi protein Weetabix. Let me just get that a bit bigger. Or branded chocolate Weetabix. 2 biscuits of either brand for your Healthy Extra B. And they're both equally as nice, and this is what I used. Sorry about the rustling. There we go. This is what I use to make the chocolate Weetabix, and also I just have them on their own with yoghurt and fruit. Really, really nice. Now, I do like shredded wheat, but lately it's not been my favourite, but it's another thing that you can consider. So shredded wheat, you can have 2 as your Healthy Extra B, 2 biscuits, and they are really, really filling. So it's another one where you could consider splitting your Healthy Extra B. Now I don't think this is advised, but you could have one shredded wheat biscuit and 1 hi-fi bar, for example, or something like that. But use your own judgment and weigh and measure. Always weigh and measure things properly. But yeah, shredded wheat, that's another thing. Andrew likes it with warm milk. I like it just soaked slightly with water and again topped with yoghurt and fruit. And then my huge favourite, more of a favourite than the shredded wheats, is what I call mini fruit wheats. Now Aldi do their own version. They've got blueberry, apricot and raisin. But most supermarkets will do a version of these, but please check on your app, because sometimes it's 40 grams and sometimes it's 45 grams for Healthy Extra B. So please do check. But again, these are really nice. Usually I have them overnight in a Kilner jar, so I'll weigh them out, again soak them slightly and then top with yoghurt and fruit and leave it overnight in the fridge. So that's overnight fruit wheats, one of my favourites. Then the next thing is 2 things again in one, cheating. Kellogg's all-Bran. Now again, supermarkets will do their own brand, so if you're looking to save some pennies, check out the alternatives. I have checked out some of the own brands and I still prefer Kellogg's, but we'll have to see how money goes, won't we? How long this lasts. But Kellogg's all-Bran, and you can have 50 grams. And again, if you have a smaller appetite in the morning and you can weigh and measure and trust yourself, it may be something that you could consider splitting. So have 25 grams of all-Bran and then something else later in the day. It's just a suggestion, it's not a recommendation, but it's really nice. And again, all I do, sometimes I do it the night before, sometimes I do it on the morning, is weigh it out however much I want, soak it with a bit of water and perhaps some skinny syrup, and again yoghurt and fruit, or quark flavoured, or Greek style yoghurt. If you've not got a very sweet tooth, you might want to avoid the things flavoured yogurts and go for a more plain taste. But yeah, really nice and filling as well. And they could help on the old moving the bowels side as well. In that same brand or theme is the Kellogg's all-Bran Golden Crunch. Now I have not come across an own brand equivalent of this that would be a Healthy Extra B, but if anybody has, then I'd be interested to know. So it's the all-Bran Golden Crunch, and let me show you, because you can't see. They're like sort of lumps of cereal. Now what I do, you can have 40 grams for a healthy extra B. Now what I do is I weigh the 40 grams out and then I crush them slightly so that it goes a bit further. And that is not really a breakfast that I would prepare the night before because they go sort of soggy. But if you want that bit of crunch, 40 grams in the morning, weigh it out, add your, again, yoghurt and fruit. I'm not a milk fan, you might have already picked that up with cereal. I usually have everything with yoghurt. But again, you know, it's all up to everybody's own taste, isn't it? So that's 4 things, and the last thing is a sort of recent discovery for me. All this talking gives me a dry throat. Is the natural wheat bran. This one is Neal's Yard Whole Foods, and it's from Holland and Barrett. Yeah, you can see it there. Neal's Yard Whole Foods Natural Wheat Bran. Please check the SINs and Healthy Extra Values for alternative brands. For the Neal's Yard, it's 60 grams for a Healthy Extra B, and 30 grams, which is obviously half, is more than enough to make a wheat bran mug cake, which many of you will have seen on my pages before. There it is, look. And then that means that you can again have a hi-fi bar or a cheesecake or a slice of bread later on in the day. But yeah, I do have a recipe for the wheat bran mug cake. Basically it's 30 grams of wheat bran, 1 egg, a mix of yoghurt and milk to make the consistency that you desire. I usually use about 60 grams of a mixture of both, and then sometimes I add a capful of juice, or if I want to use SINs I'll add some cocoa powder. So yeah, that's my 5 favourite breakfast items. If you've got any tips or tricks you'd like to share, or share your #1 breakfast item, or any suggestions on how to save money or recommendations for own brand products, they would be very welcome. But after I've done all that talking, I think it's time for Nice or Nasty. So here we have Nice or Nasty with Bertie Bott's Every Flavour beans, and hoping you can see that. What was that? It tasted a bit like toothpaste or something. Oh, I wonder if it was soap. Was it blue? Yes, a nasty one. Not entirely unpleasant, but oh yeah, it's coming out now. Soap. There you go. That was Nice or Nasty. A nasty one, soap flavour. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for any suggestions, recommendations, support and encouragement that you comment on below. Come and follow me over on my other social media where we can all exchange our tips and tricks to follow this plan and hopefully all help and support each other. Thank you so much. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.